Imagine conquering the world in Hoi 4. Now envision achieving this monumental task, not with an overwhelming army, but with no more than a pair of divisions. It seems impossible, I know. But in this video you'll join me as I attempt the unthinkable, a world conquest using only 2 divisions. Get ready to witness an unprecedented Hoi 4 challenge, where every move is critical and victory is anything but certain. Before we start, I'll quickly go over some rules. I'll be playing in Iron Man mode. I can only use 2 divisions. I can't call any puppets or allies to war. And divisions my puppets give me will not be used and will be deleted. First, I need to choose a nation. I have 2 criteria. It needs to be an island so that I don't need to worry about land invasion. And it needs to start as fascist, so I don't have to do a civil war or referendum. That leaves us with 2 nations, the Dominican Republic and Japan. The choice seems obvious. Just look at the size difference. Let's start. These will be my initial divisions employed against China. Since we're using only 2 divisions, combat width is less irrelevant. Most battles involve just 1 division, and the minimum combat width is 75, which is below our division's width of 50. Going beyond the combat width won't be a problem, removing any concerns about that debuff. Let's talk about my strategy for defeating China. With only 2 divisions, you can't afford to make risky moves since you're very vulnerable to encirclements. Considering that, I'll be on the defensive until I can make better divisions. This allows us to minimize casualties while the enemy wears themselves out. And second, it positions us to exploit their weaknesses. Let's see how it plays out. Almost 1 year into the war and basic medium tanks are researched. This will be a turning point in the war, thanks to the medium tanks' armor, speed, and their superiority in basically all other stats. Both divisions are converted to this template. Let's start going on the offensive. Encirclements are hard with only 2 divisions. Fortunately, I have another tactic to destroy enemy divisions that I will be abusing this game: overruns. It's when you capture the territory the enemy is retreating to before they get there. After 4.5 years and 5.2 million Chinese casualties, the Chinese United Front capitulated. The collaboration government was a big help. In the peace conference, I annexed China and made one big puppet out of the warlords to create beef from land invasions. Next move is securing some well-needed resources in Malaya and Indonesia. Doing so will cause a war with the allies, but that's okay, because they only have one major left, the UK, so defeating them shouldn't be that hard. War is declared, let's secure their islands. The islands are secured, so now we have the resources to greatly expand our air force. I will now move our Navy and veteran divisions to Germany in preparation for a naval invasion. Our divisions are here. We can launch. Their coast is pretty much undefended. We can see here the insane stats of our tanks. The UK capped easily. Let's see what we get in the peace conference. We got a fair amount of land and factories in the peace conference. My next move will be attacking the USA through this province in Mexico. But wait, they just declared war on my puppet, forcing me into the war, and my divisions are just outside Florida. I need to get them to the port. Oh no, they're walking in. We landed, but what to do now? They vastly outnumber us. Well, what I'll be doing is exactly what I did to China. Staying on the defensive and counterattacking when I see the opportunity to encircle or overrun. Utilizing the successful China strategy for almost 1 year caused 1.24 million casualties for the USA and a tiny 5,000 for me. Pretty good KD. I think we can start pushing into them now. Nukes are researched, we should have one in no time. We have 2 nukes. Let's drop the first one. Boom! Little Rock, Arkansas is the first victim of a nuclear bombing. But trust me, they won't be the last. A couple of months later and they capped, and thanks to the collaboration government I get a considerable part of their industry. You know, I don't like having an Axis member as a direct neighbor. Let's get rid of them. The bad thing about doing that is we now have to fight the Axis, and they have 600 to 2,000 divisions. Oh, let's just say they have a lot of divisions, but We can rest easy knowing we don't have to worry about an Axis land neighbor anymore. Let's move our divisions to the UK. I'm holding off on doing a naval invasion on Germany because I want them to conquer the Soviet Union, so I don't have to. The Soviets have capitulated, so I will launch my naval invasion now, targeting Cherbourg. It is defended. Let's just launch a tactical nuke to assist our landing. So I moved south and took defensive positions here in Brittany, because it's a good place for encirclements and overruns. I will spend a lot of time here. So I've capped France, but I'll have to move back to the defensive positions, since I can't keep up with their overwhelming number of divisions. Despite 18 million casualties over 4 years, they still have 400 to 950 divisions. And for some reason Italy split off into their own faction, where they have around 700 divisions. Oh, I'm going to be honest, seeing those division numbers makes me want to quit. To give up and go to sleep, but I can't. I've already spent an unhealthy amount of time on this. Quitting is not an option. We must press on, dismantling the enemy division by division. You know, I'm tired of defending. I want to go on the offensive now. Let's see if we can cap Spain. And boom, let's go the cap. Let's continue our offensive into Italy. And Italy cap too. Let's see if we can keep this moving. Let's move into Germany. It's going great. They should cap any minute now. But oh, Mongolia is in danger. Are you kidding me? Let's just kill them too. Finally, a peace conference. I'm not kidding when I say it took 6 hours to defeat the Axis. But we still have Italy's faction left. They consist of Italy, Spain, and all of South America. Let's get back on the grind of destroying divisions. I'm very tired of this micro footage, and I think you are too, so I don't think any of you will be angry if I skip past some hours of repeatedly nuking, overrunning and encircling divisions. Let's cut to when I'm going on offensive against Spain. Finally, Spain capped. Let's get Italy too. So Argentina and Brazil are the only majors left. Let's go give them a visit. Yeah, oh, they finally capped. Now it's time for the chore of cleaning up all the miners. There we go. After an intense 20-hour journey, countless battles, and strategic maneuvering that pushed the limits of my sanity, we stand victorious. This virtual map tells a story of audacity, resilience, and determination. It's a demonstration of the power of the human will. Now thinking back on the times when I doubted if I should continue, overwhelmed by what I had to do, I feel a profound amount of satisfaction, knowing I overcame those difficulties. This world conquest isn't just about conquering virtual land, it's about conquering the doubts and the people who thought it couldn't be done. It's a reminder that with the right strategy, dedication, and some brain damage, even the most improbable challenges can be achieved. Thank you for joining me on this. The road was long, the battles were fierce, but the victory, oh the victory, is beyond words. Subscribe to be the first one to watch more of my masochistic Hoi 4 challenges, and like the video if you enjoyed it. Please comment your thoughts on the video, good or bad. Feedback is always appreciated. Here's the playthrough overview if anyone wants to see it.